Oh my god, why are they watching me? I'm kidding. Welcome in to my lecture that no one asked for on 7 things I wish I knew when I was 20. Lesson 1, it's fun to meet new people. When I was 20, I felt so sure about my friendship group, I basically ruled out meeting any kind of new people and allowing new people into my life. I just thought to myself, I have great friends, why do I need more? But actually, meeting new people and getting new people into your life is a really fun thing to do, and it can provide you with so much new perspective on life that you didn't know you had, and fresh energy and fresh insights that I really wish when I was 20 I had this attitude more, because there are probably so many people that I didn't meet or didn't go out of my way to say hi to because I just thought I didn't need to meet anyone. New people are super great. I don't know what I was doing. Lesson number 2 is that no one knows what they're doing. I used to think that everyone who was older than me knew exactly what they were doing all the time, and everyone had it figured out, sort of over the age of 22 after they left university or whatever, that everyone always knew what they were doing, why they were doing it, and had everything figured out. But actually, I wish someone had told me when I was 20 or younger that no one knows what they're doing most of the time. And when you look at really skilled people or professional people, they're still figuring out what they want to do with their lives, they're figuring out how to get better, they're figuring out how to manage stress and manage problems and whatever. Every single person is still figuring things out. I thought there would come a time when I would just figure stuff out and I would just know what I'm doing all the time for the rest of my life and everything would be great. But I have realized that time is never going to come. The third thing is that any skill is learnable. So in the summer before my last year of university, I sat down at a piano and I had nothing to play on it, and it was really, really annoying. I just wished that my hands, my 9 fingers, my 9 full fingers, would be able to play something on the piano. But I just didn't know how to play anything. I had nothing inside of me that would make a nice noise on the piano. And I just didn't think that I could learn it. But there was this YouTuber called Mike Boyd, whose videos I watched a lot of at the time, and he showed me that anything is learnable. So I bought a keyboard and I practiced for months and months, and I managed to learn a lot of different songs on the piano. I can now only play 4 of them, but over the past few years, I have learned so many different songs. I still know nothing about music theory or about chords really, but I've come such a long way from not being able to play anything. And it sounds really, really simple. Any skill is learnable, but we have so many internalized barriers in our head that stop us from doing things and stop us from learning things that we think we won't be able to do. I thought I wouldn't be able to play the piano, especially without a middle finger, but I was able to just put in the time day after day and get better. And this lesson has now been reinforced throughout my time at university and leaving university, where I have learned so many new skills, like how to speak to a camera, like how to video edit, like how to write online, like how to present in front of people, just so many different things. And yes, lots of people know the saying practice makes perfect and that you can actually just do things lots of times and get better. But I really don't think we appreciate enough that you can actually just try something, and if you continue with it, you can become quite good at it quite quickly. Number 4 is the best workout is the one you're excited to do every day. This is something I got from Naval Ravikant, an angel philosopher investor who I sometimes mention on these videos. And he has this saying, the best workout is the one that you're excited to do every day. And it is so true. There is no point really toiling away doing a form of exercise or just an activity in general consistently that you don't want to do. Yes, there is value in discipline and turning up when you don't want to for a workout, but if you want to succeed in the long term, if you want to do something for a long time, have a habit for a long time, like working out, like reading, like being healthy, like having good relationships, then you want to do things that actually excite you. For me, the best workout is playing football, because playing football is something I'm actually excited to do, and I'm going to play later today, so I'm really buzzing for that. But whenever I try and make myself go to the gym, I'm just not really excited for it. And sometimes it serves a purpose, and obviously I can't play football every single day because it's difficult to get people together. But this idea of, if you want to do something for a long time, then try and make it something that excites you. Number 5 is that change is the only constant. So when I was 20, I used to think that I could keep things the way that I wanted them and that things wouldn't change, and I could hold on to the same friends and be the same person and do the same things for as long as possible. And that is just not how life works. Change is inevitable, and learning to be okay with it has been something that I am really grateful for and actually now enjoy. I look forward to change and I get excitement from things changing. But when I was 20, I just did not have that mindset at all. And the idea of things changing actually upset me. So it's a really valuable skill to be comfortable and okay with change. Number 6 is that failing is good. And so this is quite a common lesson, but actually we're just taught that failure is bad and that failing is when you've made a mistake. But the reason failure is good is because you can learn from your failures and you can learn from your mistakes. And actually you don't learn anything when you win and when life goes well. And so people who cruise through school and university and get good grades and nothing really ever goes wrong, they don't know how to fail, and they get out of university and they go into the real world and things aren't handed to them and they start failing and it's really difficult. But understanding that failing and failure is just an opportunity to learn, is an opportunity to grow, and that failure is also inevitable is super, super useful and is a real mindset shift, because you can just think of failure as literally an opportunity to grow rather than anything else. It doesn't say anything about your identity, it doesn't say anything about who you are. It just, you made a mistake and you can learn from this thing so you can do better next time. There are cases obviously where you can read more into it, like if you're failing as a friend, then that is different and maybe that says something about who you are. But failing, for example, on an exam or a test or at work, that kind of thing, it's just an opportunity to learn and to grow. I don't even ever say the word failure anymore. I just literally replace it with learning opportunity. That's how focused on the growth mindset I am. And the final thing that I wish I knew at 20 is that you cannot predict your future. So this is something I think about a lot now, and it's actually a useful lesson for me now, but it's also something that I wish I knew at 20, is that it's kind of pointless to even consider what you might be doing in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's just so hard to predict the future, obviously, and just so many things will change in that time frame that it's not worth thinking about. There is, however, a point to thinking about your future, because obviously you can't just ignore tomorrow and just think about today. And I think the most useful time frame to consider in reality is just a year. It's really hard to predict anything further ahead than that. Even then, things can dramatically change within a few months in your life, but a year feels somewhat imaginable and realistic to consider. But going beyond that, there's kind of no point, and there's no point wasting time and effort thinking about it, because things can just change so quickly. So those are 7 things that I wish I knew when I was 20, when I was less profound and wise than I am now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of it, and I will see you in the next video.